that conditioning is a fact and that everybody is impacted by that and suffers because of it. And then on the other hand, all people have the seed of enlightenment in them. We all have this. We have the most potent medicine within us, which is our silence, our birthright, our true nature. And even though the gravitational pull toward the conditioned aspects of the mind are very strong, because we're forever surrounded in our culture, in the mainstream culture, and even in other cultures, because there can be spiritual conditioning. There's all kinds of conditioning that can take place that creates a veil of illusion over who we are. But this inborn nature can only be covered for so long, because even though there may be suffering, this call home beckons us more loudly. And if we find ourselves beginning to question why we suffer, or why is this relationship not working out, we're coming close, because that's the first thing, is to become aware that however life is unfolding, it's not working. It's not serving. It doesn't feel good. Or to be in this kind of battle or struggle or fight just doesn't feel good. It doesn't sit with me any longer. It doesn't settle. And that's part of awakening. There's awakening right there. There's your true nature calling you and telling you, this isn't it. This isn't who you are. So that right there allows for a moment of stopping, a moment for a investigation to begin, for the eyes to begin to open, the ears to begin to open, the heart to begin to open. And as we have a sincere desire not to suffer, to be true to who we are, to become intimately close with every aspect of who we are, that stopping gives us immediate access to whatever masking emotions, whatever unresolved fears or memories, conflicts in life. It gives us a window or an opportunity to begin to let those heal, let them come into the field of consciousness, so that they're no longer masking the emotions that are more innate to us, that are below the masking emotions of anger, resentment, disgust, resistance. They're the ways that we protect ourselves falsely. It's a false protection. It's not satisfying. But when we're sincerely interested in becoming intimate with who we are, already this field begins to soften, and it's as if we start to come into a humility, a humbling, which is different than being humiliated, very different. To become humble is to be able to say, wow, maybe I'm a beginner at this. Can I let myself be a beginner? Perhaps there's things I thought I knew and I operated out of them, but maybe they're not. Maybe what I learned isn't true. So here again, we're opening to an investigation. There has to be this gentle, kind allowance, so that what triggers, the masking emotions is unresolved pain, unresolved hurt, wherever it may be coming from, it doesn't matter. And this is what gets activated in relationships as we come up close to each other, whether it be work or romance or family. So these things that are unresolved make up, you could say, what Eckhart Tolle refers to as the pain body. It's unresolved emotional content. And it has a direct link to egoic nature, as I was speaking about little mind, little self. And so when these emotions are unresolved and not looked at and not allowed, it will activate this link to egoic nature, to the distorting aspects of the mind. And it will get filtered through distortion. So we're not really actually dealing with what's happening. We've distorted our experience, the other person's experience, and we have probably projected all kinds of things onto what's happening, and it's not even happening. So, how we establish emotional mobility, you could say to posture yourself differently from a space of openness rather than a space of resistance and guardedness and protection and fight, right? So here, as we let a little humility come in and we let ourselves be a beginner for a moment and we allow and come into this rather than the gravitational pull toward little mind, we let ourselves drop into our bodies and let the emotional content empty out. Now, this can go quickly, can go slowly, it can be a process, but it's a readily available one for everybody because what you are is presence already. So you don't need to go and get something to do this practice. You're it. You're the doorway. You're the doorway to allowing emotion to move, to clean, to empty out. You're the doorway to intimacy. You're the doorway to dissolving the pain body. You're it. And this is a possibility for each and every one of us.